This is Eric with Curated Overland, and today I have Scott, who's the seller of a 1970 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ43, finished in Audi Nardo Grey, which is really cool looking, if I must say. Scott, thanks for taking a few minutes here today to chat with us about your FJ43. First
Hey
thing,
Eric, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Good, good. Yeah, so I found this FJ down in LA. It was in a barn, a garage actually, and then bought it, brought it back to Santa Barbara, and started pulling it apart, and spent about a year and a half, kind of rehabbing this truck.
I think rehab might be an understatement based on, I think, some of our brief conversation and some of the picks here. So, if you want, tell me a little bit, maybe mechanically, some of the stuff that you did to it, as well as cosmetically.
Yeah, so what we did is, or I did is, basically rewired the entire truck. Took out all the old wiring harness, uh, bought a new harness, installed that, took the engine out, gave it to our friends here in Santa Barbara at Auto Import and Import Auto actually, and they started to pull the motor apart for me. Sent the crank to Santa Maria, had that redone. So the motor is basically brand new. And we went into the transmission. We did the paint, we did new glass, new headliner, and then we started messing around with the suspension. So that's kind of where we went with this truck.
And on the suspension, you did Old Man Emu suspension, new springs, new tie rod ends. I mean, so it sounds like you really you
Y-
you didn't spare anything in as
No,
far as
so
the
we had
suspension.
lifted it about 2 inches, and we
Hmm.
wanted to keep it as factory and as as normal as possible. But we did go up 2 inches on it, which is
Yep.
fine. It's got the running boards, easy to get in. Doesn't fit in my garage anymore, so
There you go.
um, but yeah, so kind of built it as like a beach truck to go here in Santa Barbara and Montecito to just pack in some chairs and some gear and coolers, and it's good using it for the farmers market. And so right now it's just time for it to go, and I just don't have the room for it.
Yep. Yep. Understood. Understood.
So
Then you also did, if I'm not mistaken, what did you do the interior of it? So you did new glass, as you mentioned,
yeah,
new headliner. Did you also do anything to the seats?
yeah, the seats are just were reupholstered.
Reupholstered. Great.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not totally too happy with them, but they came out nice. So I might redo them for the buyer.
Okay.
So
Okay. Got
yeah,
it. Got it. Okay. And then lastly, I think you said you had new 15-inch steel wheels put on it. Obviously, new BFG TA tires on it as well. 33s,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. So that those are all new. There's a factory Toyota wheels that I purchased about a year ago, and tires probably have 2,500 miles on them.
Great.
Has a complete full size spare as well. And so all my latches in the doors, everything is pretty much new. Everything, all the doors they felt like a brand new car. So
That's great. That's great. So I know this car is originally from South America. Is that right?
that is correct. Yes. Yeah.
Do you?
And I don't know any history prior to me owning it. It
Okay.
was
All right.
so
Got it. Got it.
yeah.
And then it does not have AC and it does not have heat, which is often a common question with these. You
Yeah.
don't need them in Santa Barbara. It
No.
sounds like as a perfect beach runner truck. That's not necessary.
Yeah.
And is there anything that it needs? Anything at this point that needs to be done to it?
No, I'm just gonna add the dash pad at some point. I haven't ordered. I gotta put the dash pad on, and I just need probably like carpets or some rubber mats for the front. But otherwise, it's
Those are-
it's it's all there. I mean, unless somebody wants to hook up the windshield wipers, but
Got it.
I haven't hooked those up yet.
Okay.
So
All right. Maybe if they're an East Coast buyer, maybe they might need those windshield wipers versus
yeah, that's
versus
that's
uh,
fine.
versus someone
Sure.
in Santa Barbara or Southern California. Well, great. And then lastly, I guess, do you have any fun memories with this truck?
Yeah, it's fun cruising. Go to Cars and Coffee on Sunday mornings here in Montecito. We've taken it to a lot of beach trips, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of back roads, mountain driving up into San Ynez, please remember this is a very slow vehicle. It's just a cruiser.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so it's a good picnic car. So a lot of picnics and wine tasting.
That's
So
awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, hopefully the next owner is able to do the same. And it looks like a really fun truck
yeah,
to have.
it'll definitely bring memories to enjoy to the next owners.
That's
So
awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, Scott, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time to chat with you
thanks,
about
Eric.
your very cool FJ43.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Check out this vehicle and many more at CuratedOverland.com.